We can start with some introductions. Would you like to start? Deb?
Yes, I'm Deb Mapes.
Oh, Francine Gopkowski.
Amelia Marwan. Lori Pavlos.
Joe Russo.
Krista May.
Nina Regan. Start with the minutes from last month. Has everybody gotten a chance to review? Yeah. Any additions, changes? Would someone like to make a motion?
So move.
I second it. All in favor?
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Tonight, we are also voting on officers and the Inland Wetland Commission representative. So we can start with a motion, make a motion to nominate Christine Picklow for the chairman of the Conservation Commission. Second.
Any discussion?
Any discussion of positions?
I think she's qualified.
Staining? I think so.
Experience.
Okay, so a motion to close the nomination for chairperson of the Conservation Commission.
Make a motion.
Second.
Any comments? All in favor?
Aye.
A motion to nominate the Nina Regan as the vice chair of the Conservation Commission.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? And a motion to nominate Lori Pavlos for secretary.
I make the motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any abstentions? Okay, motion passed. Motion to close nominations.
I make motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Move on to committee reports.
See, Peter's not here, so did he send it?
He
did
not.
Nobody sent anything in. We're just going to try and fly through this really quick so that we can
Right.
do the environmental fair.
Yeah.
Um,
So no report.
unless Lori, do you have anything for land trust?
Yeah, the Racket Club accepted the land trust offer on the property, and they're just reviewing comments on the contract, so.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah,
Wow.
They went back and forth,
That was a.
they raised some more money, they said, well, what if we gave you some more,
Yeah.
so. I mean, the land trust, the Racket Club wanted the land trust to have it, but they were offered more money, and so the land trust has raised funds. Yeah.
Wow,
Good
that's
job.
wonderful.
It's great news.
Excellent.
Park and Rec?
Yeah. Okay, a little summary here. So this is from their November 12th meeting. They did their election of officers like we did. They also unanimously voted to keep the meeting date the same, because I guess you're supposed to do that too at each. And then I'm not going to go into the detail, but because I gave all the facts, but they went over their fiscal budget topics, which are numbered, but I'll just skip over that. But that was reviewed. Then they talked about the dog park, and they're leaning heavily to do it right behind the pickleball courts on Main Street, since everybody's using their dogs there anyway. So they also discussed what they call Playscape design at Clark Community Park, and they're something tailored to fit same ages as the splash pad. What's a splash pad? Anybody?
Yes.
Or a task partner. Oh, sorry.
What is a splash? What is that?
It's like a water playground. It's by Trask.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well, they're trying to do something similar. They also discussed disc golf. Anybody know what that is?
Yes.
Okay, they're for different age groups, and they want to do some publicity for that. So I guess they're trying to move forward on that. All parks review, nothing to report. RVG, they had a letter from a local resident. You know, they've been having a problem with you're concerned about the vendor and the people that buy stuff are making noise, and the residents have been upset about that. So they're going to put into the contract next year to address some of the issues in terms of where people have to be and stuff. So they're trying to address these residents' concern. Okay, strategic plan, there was no updates. Kayak rack, they're waiting for a follow-up with Selectman Fortuna. Preserve update, just noted that there's still stewardship opportunities still open. Other business, they're trying to get a bicycle pump and a back bicycle rack for the park and rec back here. They have one, I guess, up at Saybrook Point, but they want to put one here too. Okay, chairman's report, they're still fooling around looking at that Oyster River property. They still want to play with that. They're waiting for some feedback. The outgoing members were invited to the Christmas party. That's cool. When's our Christmas party there?
I think we're at
to
it.
schedule it.
All right, and so let's see. And then the director just mentioned that people can bring a dish to the party and a gift if they want. And then in the latest report, I reported that we had set our environmental fair for March. Let us know we did set a date, and that's it. Lots, huh?
What do you mean they're putting a bicycle pump in? One of those things?
Yeah,
with
so the
pump for
pipe-
the tools and stuff?
Yeah, no, you can pump your bike up, put air.
And there's
and
one
then-
at Saybrook Point?
So there's a rack and pump.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Yeah, there is, yeah. Because, nowadays, anywhere you go to get air, they charge you
Yeah,
unless you have your own pump.
Mhm.
Yeah.
so we're down at Saybrook Point. Do you know?
Near the mini golf, where's the mini golf tower? That's right,
Yeah.
there's a little station, he said there. A lot of people don't know because it's not, somebody brought that up there at the meeting. It's not obvious. You have to know where it is. It's not like sitting there with a, bicycle pump. Somewhere. You got to know where it is. But there is one there. I guess it would be near a rack bicycle, right?
Yeah, they have them all over Newport, which is neat. That's the only place I've ever seen them before.
Yeah, they're
Yeah, popular.
it encourages people to, because you do lose your air all the time. At least I do. I find.
Right, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Connecticut River Gateway Commission, I wasn't able to attend the meeting on Thursday, but I'll have a report next month. And Camelia?
So we had our hiking trip at Clark Park 3 weeks ago, and it was a good turnout. I think maybe like 13 kids, but that was a pretty good turnout for like 1 o'clock in the afternoon on our Saturday, and kept most people, telling everyone, now it's come. And it was really good. It was like a 2-hour hike.
Oh, awesome.
It was almost 3 hours. Might be 2 to 3 hours, and
That's pretty
it
good.
was, yeah, it was really good. I brought munchkins. That usually says people. And then I think you were talking about the man from the Audubon, society, who came to talk about like pollution and how that affects migrating birds. So I found out his contact information, and it actually turns out that my teacher knows him, and I've met him.
It's from Old Line, you mean, the
Joe-
station.
Yeah.
Yeah, he spoke at the library, yeah.
Yeah. I've actually met him a couple of times. I didn't know.
Yeah, he's a good speaker.
So he's coming this Thursday during school. He's going to give us like a short presentation. And then on Friday after school, we're going to have like a Christmas party. My teacher's making pancakes. And we're going to make posters about like what we've learned and talk about. And sorry, these posters are meant to spread awareness about, how light affects migrating birds. And we're going to put these posters in stores on Main Street, like
that's a good idea.
Awesome.
Just spreading where, like telling people, to turn off their lights during these months. And yeah, it should. Yeah.
That's great. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
They got a Christmas party too.
I know, right? We'll have to plan it for next year. Maybe we'll have a New Year's party.
Right, there we go.
Sustainable Connecticut, Lynette.
Nice to have your report here.
Do you want me to read it or you can?
You can just summarize
So,
it.
you know, for this kind of meeting, this is perfect and that's just goes in the record and that's it.
That's
it.
Because we have to move like.
Exactly.
Something else.
Okay,
Right.
Open space monitoring, the report's ready, everything,
It's great. Nina did a fabulous job.
Oh,
I did a
thank
little
you.
work in the beginning.
and yeah, your help too.
There's like,
No,
it's really good.
So it's with Lynette now, and I guess it will be presented to Carl Fortuna and the selectmen.
nice.
Yeah, so it's nice to have that over with. Pollinator pathway.
Okay, very briefly, I took out these signs that Bonnie had made, so they would stay good for the winter. And Lynette is working on updating the website for
Yeah,
the
she-
pollinator pathway. Oh, yeah. And she asked me to make a list of the plans and the map, so I'm just about done with that.
Cool, perfect. Tree preservation, I don't think we have anything. Let's just move right on to the environmental fair,
Okay,
right?
it's record time.
Right?
Yeah.
Under 15.
Fun. Has anybody tried to get into the spreadsheet? But
I did,
Yeah.
and no problem.
Okay.
Yep,
fabulous.
yep.
I always set it up for, you know, anybody can get in and then sometimes it seems like you have to give permission.
Yeah, open
So-
right up.
So it's just a copy of last year's contact information. And I just wiped out all the notes about who's coming, who hasn't, who's been contacted, all that stuff. So we can add new vendors or new, what do we call them? Presenters, exhibitors.
Exhibitors.
As they come up. You can also, if you can, there's a tab for 2025, so you can kind of see the notes on the people who
Where
did
they-
come, who came, who didn't come. So you can just see what happened last year if you weren't there. So the process is we're going to be sending out emails inviting people to participate. I probably should just dig up the emails that we used last year. There's like a paragraph to use as a standard description of the event. And yeah, we really could use some other ideas of exhibitors if you.
You know, when Chris and I went to the, you know, it was the.
Yes, the
Hockey-
Yes. There was a vendor space, so we went through and talked to several people, and there was a few that we looked at each other and said, wow, it'd be nice if we could get these people out to the environmental fair. And I left my stuff in the car, but I'll add it to the spreadsheet, the ideas of, you know, people that we thought might be good to contact and have them, because they were great. They had all these little giveaways, you know.
Right,
stuff
right.
like that. So I will put that in the spreadsheet.
Super. Last year, we sort of sectioned it off into different categories since it's pretty wide. The span of topics are pretty wide, from wildlife to gardening to climate to careers and environment. You know, it's quite a range. I don't know if we really, I think we tried to kind of put people in their groups. And we segmented them off in the spreadsheet. I don't know if that is necessary. It matters.
You can put like vendors together.
Yeah.
Sometimes it might be better to, I don't know, just spread them out.
Yeah.
So that people won't think they're seeing the same thing right after another, and it might catch their interest.
Also, yeah,
See them later on.
that's what I was thinking. If we spread them out, then people who know they already know they're interested in gardening. They don't just visit gardening and then leave. They go on to the next one
Mhm.
because there's gardening over there too.
Right,
You know,
right. That makes sense.
So that's a minor
Yeah,
detail,
yeah.
but I think it makes sense.
I
to-
think it makes sense at the fair to do that. I like the idea of having them sectioned in the spreadsheet if we're trying to get representation in all those topic areas you can kind of see.
That's true.
That would be
That's
one
right,
advantage.
That's right.
of Leaving it
Yeah,
that way.
yeah, right, because we were trying to cover a lot of bases.
Yeah.
So we'll see if we don't get people who respond in a particular area, we can brainstorm and see if we can come up with some other, contact that we can bring in.
What about creating like a handout to give people when they walk in the door, just like a small little map where
Mhm.
table numbers and where everybody
Yeah.
is?
That's
Mhm.
very useful.
Mhm.
Yeah,
And what about moving it to the pavilion instead of the middle school?
is there enough room there?
I don't know if you have enough room.
If we do like tables around the outskirts and then almost like a horseshoe in the middle, so it's double-sided?
Possibly.
Feels tight, feels super
Yeah.
tight.
I'm just thinking of like more visibility.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, it does feel a little tight, but I like the idea of it actually being more contained because in the gym, it's
You couldn't hear the
mammoth
presenters.
and it's,
Yeah.
yeah, all that.
There's no way we could have presenters there though.
At the pavilion.
Yeah.
So.
Although I know I missed the last meeting, but I've read the minutes and I thought we were talking about not having presenters this time and
Right.
just doing
Because it
exhibitors.
didn't work.
Because it really
Yeah.
didn't work
Yeah.
and doing that as a separate event.
Mhm.
No, we could do it that at the pavilion.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if
So-
you, what took a lot of spaces, we all had tables,
Mhm.
Mhm.
but if you just had, chairs with just,
The
you know,
backdrop.
backdrops, then you could have the space. It would work
Or
probably.
two people at a table. Sometimes the tables are nice.
Yeah, but it's just space wise.
Yeah.
But if people would need to have their materials that are
Yeah.
freestanding, and most people don't, they just came with some, handouts and.
You want to see what kind of interest you get and then determine based on the response, how many people, how many presenters you're actually going to have, and then
Well, you gotta lock
you
up
gotta
the place.
lock up the pavilion.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
that's
can't
gotta be
wait.
kind of
and-
very-
Yeah.
It's such a nice place, and
It
March
is so
20th
beautiful.
might even be a nice day. You never know. So a little bit could be like outside by the tables,
Mm.
but
I mean, it is
Yeah.
nice, but it's just a question of space.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we could just, narrow it down, figure out how many tables, how many presenters could fit in the pavilion. And then
First
just
come,
add
first
that
served.
many people.
Mhm.
Not a bad idea.
Last year. Yeah.
Yeah.
that would-
Yeah.
And then actually maybe reduce the tables to 6-footers and stuff. Weren't they 8 foot last year?
What's that,
It's whatever they have there
They
though,
have
right?
their
Yeah.
rectangular tables.
Okay,
But.
Does the
um,
pavilion have tables?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah.
There's-
I don't know how
Yes, they
many,
do
but it does
have
have
round
some.
They have round tables.
tables.
I think they also have.
Yeah, they have some rectangular
rectangular
ones.
tables too.
Is it available?
That's
That's the first
March
thing.
20.
Yeah.
I can find out if it's available.
Okay.
I've reserved it before for another group, so,
All right.
and I can ask about the tables.
Yeah, how many?
Right.
Um,
We could, if you could just, I guess, that, it's pretty much a rectangular space if you can find out the dimensions.
yeah, I'll
You
do
know.
that. Yeah.
And we can put the tables in and figure out how many vendors would make sense.
Mhm.
So probably since it's easier to put, like, I feel like we need like lawn signs or
Yeah.
something, way ahead of time
Mhm.
to put out in public spaces or, I've seen them for the EV vehicle fair
Right.
they have all the time, something like
Yeah.
that, so that people can see several weeks in advance that this event is going to happen. And
Yeah, I think that's a really good idea.
it's surprising, and if you've never had a child in the middle school, you may have no clue where the middle school is. So
Exactly,
it's
yeah.
kind of- We found that out, I think, that
Mhm.
it wasn't it was obvious to
Yeah,
some
I mean,
people, but to other
traffic wise,
people, it
it's
wasn't.
not a problem. It's just putting people in.
Yeah.
Because we didn't get that much traffic to
Mhm.
worry about people bumping or anything.
No, well, that, I
but we
think,
hope to get more.
yeah, I think
Yes.
that's.
That's our goal.
Yeah.
But even if you doubled it from last year, you would still have plenty of movement in the pavilion. But it's whether you can fit everybody.
I wonder if the old Thimble Island beer place would donate that space to us for the day.
Wouldn't that? be-
That
Oh,
would be
wow.
fantastic.
The
Wow.
Island Brewery space.
Oh, wow.
Where's that?
That's empty.
Main Street?
It's on
Yeah,
Main
right
Street,
on Main
yeah.
Street.
Is that empty?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
It's insured though,
Yeah, right. That would be
because that's a lot.
fabulous. You have to get tables.
Mhm.
And I'm sure we could get them from the middle school without a
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah, for a
Transport
weekend.
them.
Mhm. Mhm.
Let me research who owns that, and
Yeah, that would be, it's so central.
it is. We'd
That
get all
could be-
walk-in traffic.
Right. Oh, yeah, and with the big windows there.
Yeah.
Right.
It's a
Mm.
great
The
idea.
high school kids can move the tables.
Yeah, right.
Well, and I think we also had, one of the janitorial staff, right, was helping us that day.
Yeah.
So they might be able to help us move tables and.
Mhm.
Do you want a college kids to like volunteer? Like,
Well, first, let's see if
Yeah.
it's available.
Well, yeah,
But
but in general,
Anyway.
in general, would love for the ecology.
I mean,
Help
you
set
should all
up.
have a table and, whatever you decide to focus on.
But help set up, absolutely, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I was talking with someone who does a lot of event planning, and his suggestion was if you get people involved that are gonna, be there in the planning process. So I don't know if we can invite people to our meeting next time or something, that they have more ownership and might get more people to come. So, and it would be great, to start with high school and having more, I mean,
Yeah.
you're here to represent.
I'm thinking if we can figure out where it's going to be, when we reach out to the people who came last time and very graciously said it's okay that there aren't that many people, it was a good event anyway. They were very, very nice, but I kind of felt like, it was a little disappointing. When we reach out to them, if we can say we found a new venue that we think will have better visibility, like if the invitation,
Mhm.
it would be really nice to have the location.
Especially on
Do
Main.
that, but it would help with invitation because to invite them back to what could be the same event that we had last year would maybe not be as worthwhile for them as if we
Right.
can really say that we're changing it up, and
The new
Yeah,
location.
yeah.
especially the Main Street location.
Yeah, and we could actually kind of tell them that we might be able to bring in their next lessee by having the space open. Who knows? Somebody might see it. But yeah, I'll start on that tomorrow. I'll see who owns it and see what we can do.
So when I went into the spreadsheet, I started adding some anecdotal information about things that we talked about at the meeting, but then I realized that's not the purpose of the spreadsheet. It was more for vendors. So can we also use that spreadsheet to have like a repository of ideas,
So I can add a sheet.
a tab or something?
Yeah, I'll add a tab and just could be just general notes.
Yeah.
Ideas. I think underneath 2025, there might be a little bit of sort of debriefing
Yes,
information. Am I right
I think
about that?
I think you
Yeah.
put that in.
Yeah.
And it was actually really helpful. I read all the way down there
Okay,
and it
okay.
got refreshed my memory of that
Because
meeting.
it's whole year.
Really.
But yeah, I think that there's some notes to, read at the bottom of 2025, but I'll add another tab for, what we call it, just general ideas and information. I don't know.
Brainstorming.
Yeah. So I'll draft a paragraph or look at what we'd sent last year and then leave the location or see if I can, I'll kind of leave that open and send it around just to see if it looks good to everybody. And well, then you can use it, personalize your email or phone call or whatever, but at least you have all the details right there that you can plug it into your email invitation or just read it, use it as notes if you're calling someone.
So do we want to focus on particular areas or, in terms of topic areas and that we want to prioritize for the event or?
The timeline is probably the thing that we should nail down at this meeting.
Okay.
Because this event, we're not doing the presenting, we're just organizing it generally. So, our job is to churn through the invitations, the contact them, recontact them and, keep the spreadsheet up. And so we're a little bit, I guess the bottleneck is like, where will we have it? Because we don't want to
Can't advertise to you.
We can send invitations out and say that space is limited this year. If it turns out that we're doing it in the pavilion, we can send a wide range of invitations, and then we can call them, or, you know, who comes in first in each category. And then tell people they're, you know, on a wait list or something, but, so it's okay for us to send more invitations than we have spots, for sure. As long as we let,
Yeah.
as long as we let
Yeah.
people know it's, you know, space is limited.
Yeah.
It's gonna be at the pavilion this year, or whatever, but that's, turns out to be available.
Well, you don't want to scare them away too.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like we've got to resolve where it's gonna be, like,
Yeah.
really quickly.
Right.
Like,
Let's do that first.
yeah, I mean, like, in
Yeah.
the next week,
Yeah,
really,
definitely.
because otherwise,
No, you have.
And we should be able to, even
Yeah,
if we land back in the middle school, you know, that's also an option if the other two aren't, so.
right, and also Chris put in, a notification in, is it in the events magazine? Is that like already being published? You know, it's in, actually, let me just, she might not have, she might have just said save the date. Let me see what
Okay.
it says. She said here. It just says the environmental fair event will be listed in the next issue of Events Magazine.
That comes out, what, January?
Was the beginning of December, so probably January, yeah.
And that's quarterly?
So it probably already has been published.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
It's quarterly, right?
yes, yeah, so.
Well, we probably, in terms of timeline, so we should get the location
Number
nailed
one.
down, but in terms of timeline, I don't think it makes a lot of sense for us to send out invitations before January 1st.
Mhm.
I just
Yeah,
think
nobody's
this
gonna
time of
pay
year,
attention.
Yeah.
that's gonna get
Yeah.
locked at the bottom of the pile.
Nobody's even gonna.
We can do some, you know, preliminary work and wordsmith the invitation or whatever we want to do, but
Mhm.
it doesn't make any sense to send it out before the beginning of the year.
Mhm.
So,
Is there someone that could help us with signs, like the yard signs, the graphics for all this stuff?
You guys do have artistic people.
Yeah, the school, high school.
You
should
know,
do
the
it.
high school
Yeah,
kids might be,
absolutely.
that'd be really good to make. I know you're making posters for Dark Sky and may be able to repurpose those as well, but just to make signs for the environmental fair.
Yeah, there's an art
Pretty
club.
cool.
I'm my friend's
Yeah.
the president.
I mean, did you feel it had to be more professional
Yeah,
than that?
no, I think that's fantastic.
Yeah.
once we have the details nailed down, yeah. So we have, if you, do you have access to Facebook and Instagram? Yeah. Because you'll find in the graphics available last year's, graphic. So it's like a Canva.
Okay.
I guess I could send it if you, have you used Canva? Okay.
Yeah, we use it a lot. at
Good.
school.
Great, because I didn't, I hadn't. But I make it. So I can send you the files and can change things up.
Yeah, and I think add your own spin on things, what you think would be eye-catching, and you guys would know better than us, maybe. What people want to see.
Do we have a theme for this fair, like title for it, or other than just the
I don't
fair?
think yet.
I don't think, yeah, but that's a great idea. Any ideas, any suggestions?
I'll think about it. Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't have right this minute, but there's, you know, you can go online, look around, see what other people have come up with.
Is there a general theme for Earth Day? Is there some kind of
Sound
organization
effect,
that?
this is,
It's a month
Is there a
earlier.
theme around Earth Day? Does that change per year?
well, when people have environmental fairs, every year they usually have a focus or a theme,
Hmm.
you know, save the birds or like keep your lights, you know, they take one focus area.
There's no nationally consistent one as far as we know.
No, not to where, I mean, Earth Day is because it's international, it's Earth Day. But I mean, at local fairs, they usually put a theme every year. You know, an
So,
area.
yeah, so do we want to do that, in terms of who we're inviting, or are we trying to do it broadly? clearly.
Well, you can have broadly just have a, like one theme would, what can you do as an individual?
I see, right, that kind of,
Yeah,
yeah,
right.
yeah.
I
that's
feel like that's somewhat our aim.
empowering
Empowering, right.
empowering
Yeah.
the individual.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, because
Yeah.
that's because I think people get overwhelmed and throw their hands up and,
Yeah,
whereas
then
if you engage in something that makes a difference in your own space,
Exactly.
then you feel
Otherwise, it's a fair.
effective, right?
Mhm.
Right.
You know,
Yeah,
focus
so-
could be on children. It could be anything, just
Right.
something that draws them in because it's.
Well, yes, I was also thinking about, what do we want to do? I mean, maybe this is too early, but to draw in more young people, like, and I mean, one thing was, asking people like, what would people like at the ecology club like to see at the fair?
Oh, and Jeff,
But no, I'm not asking you on the spot, but we could ask like that, like trying to
You
get.
want an answer, right?
Sorry, I didn't mean to, yes. Yeah, just like in terms of, it's another idea for ownership. If people
Right,
say
right.
what they would like and, and then we're doing it,
Yeah.
it might draw more
Right.
people in and, like high school kids, whatever.
Last year, Deb's husband came and spoke on environmental career opportunities. And it was sort of aimed at high school and, early college maybe. I'm not sure whether that got disseminated, the information about that got disseminated in the high school.
Yeah, I think that he contacted Talia, but I think there was a lot
Yeah.
going on that weekend in the high school.
Right.
I think that was
could
the
be.
issue.
Yes.
I think he ended up talking with like 15 or 20
Oh,
people.
that's great.
So yeah,
Yeah.
but I think yeah.
Because that to me seems like a thing that high school kids are, curious, like trying to feel out what there is out there to do. Something might be an interest of yours, but can you make it into something you do after school?
And that's a good thing, a theme, because it means different things to different people. So for like a high school looking at college age person, they're interested in job opportunities.
Right.
Other people, like I live on the marsh, I want to know how I can
Take
keep my
care of
yard
your
from getting
property.
flooded, to tell you the truth, that kind of thing.
Right. Come up with a catchy title that
Mhm.
conveys that.
So what did you mention? Empowering?
Empowering individual, another one would be meeting the challenge.
Hmm.
People have.
Empowering individuals to meet the challenge.
Empowering individuals.
Yeah, but you could blend it.
Yeah, and then there's idea that, we're a changing world. That's another thing, that's the environment. Adapting to a changing environment.
The challenges now,
Yeah,
kind of media.
yeah, exactly. Because one thing certain, the next 10 years is going to be the largest change globally in the environment that we've ever experienced in human history. So, so it's going to be
Yeah.
interesting every
Yeah.
year.
I like the question, what can you do?
Yeah.
I mean, we
Right,
could have
simple.
a header like,
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
environmental, what do we want to call it? Chaos. Environmental, whatever, what can you do?
Yeah.
Environmental issues,
What can you do?
what can you do? That leaves it
Yeah,
more, issues
right.
leaves it neutral and doesn't
Yeah.
make it sound catastrophic like
Right.
it is.
Yeah.
Right.
So-
Right.
Speed them over.
Yeah.
Even
Because
what can you do at the top?
But yeah, the thing is that for really big picture things, what can you do is prepare.
Mhm.
But
Right.
but it doesn't put you in a good place to only engage in that way.
Right.
So we're giving some other things where you can make a difference.
How can you make a difference?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not, unfortunately, not in the biggest issues, but in some
Right.
local issues there, you can really, I mean, so the whole pollinator thing is so cool because you see it right away. And
Yeah.
it's a really nice boost. And we're talking about this 10-year change. It's going to be really hard for people
Oh, it's
in their connection with nature is gonna be.
Oh, my gosh.
So it's like a wide, that's why this wide spectrum is all part of it. But
Yeah.
you can't only, so we have to do
Yeah.
some things to make people feel effective and they have some
Mhm.
agency, which they do in the smaller things, just
Mhm.
not.
Mhm.
There's other ones kind of stealing from other people. There's a book called Navigating the Future. Is another one I've seen where, giving you
Yeah.
roadmaps
Mhm.
of how you
Mhm.
could contribute. And of course, the famous one, think globally, act locally. That
Mhm.
famous one
Mhm.
everybody uses. The idea is that be aware, but then narrow when you want to do something.
Yeah,
Stay
that-
very focused locally
Yeah,
because
that's
you
what-
can be effective.
Right.
Yeah.
So it would be nice if we could come up with something that expresses both, so that if there's information that we present on climate change, what to expect.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Another one.
And then on the other side, something on support local wildlife in your backyard, something you can actually do.
Yeah.
So it's both sides, and I feel like both sides are important. So anyone who cares enough to come to this fair is going to need to have positive things that they can do,
Yeah.
as well as
about
figuring out how to prepare or learning what's
I
coming.
think that's what's gonna draw them in.
Yeah.
What can I do in my yard?
education for action.
Hmm.
That's what they're here to
Yeah.
learn,
Right,
but you should be able to walk out after knowing some things you can do.
right,
Mhm.
yeah. That's a good one. I like that.
Yeah.
You don't want to scare them away to be having to be educated on a Saturday afternoon.
Well, it is.
No,
it
it's
is-
Well,
that
it
is-
is.
That is what it's
important.
about. I mean,
Right,
that's
right.
what fair to do is open your eyes to.
Yeah, so maybe something like environmental issues, education for action.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's-
Well, I can give you one group. Our group was definitely will participate. The old Saybrook Coastal Resilience
Wonderful.
Coalition doing our climate stuff. Actually, we're putting together a video too.
Oh,
That should be done by then. That people can, we have a 3-part video where we give a background on climate change and then how it impacts locally is the second part. And then the third part is what can you do?
Mhm.
In other words, what are our
Mhm.
options?
Mhm.
We always, I think we have rebuild, retrieve, or recover. Those are our
Mhm.
3 R's we say, because that's your options.
Right.
Great.
Yeah.
So back to the question of choosing where we're going to be. I mean, first there's what's available, but since we're going to probably be doing this by email, do we want to have like like if the brewery is available, that's like our preference, and then is the pavilion our second preference or not? Are we worried about? Or I mean, I can get the
I think both of those have really
appeal.
strong points.
yeah.
And the middle school is
It's the default.
default.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
The pavilion's such a great setting, just,
Oh, it is.
to talk about the environment.
And everybody knows where it is.
Right.
Right.
And there's
Right.
good parking and.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful setting. If you can talk about the environment, what better place to?
Right.
Yeah.
And it's a town-owned property,
Right.
so it
Yeah.
Right.
wouldn't be an issue, but
Yeah.
I'm sure.
The other thing is if we can get, so what, this is March. If, I was just thinking like Kathy Conley could actually lead could walk around the property by the fourth, have a little, if you want to learn about this,
Mhm.
what the
Yeah,
native
we have the garden
plant
there, right?
Yeah,
versus, but I don't think in March.
Oh, the
too much
March is not going to
that's not gonna
be
be,
very nice.
Not the garden, the woods.
The
is more,
woods,
But,
right,
but even
right.
there,
There's
the
not
only
gonna be
thing
much.
you'll be able to see are invasives greening up. Well, which is, which is.
Well, that's an educational
That's why they're invasive. It's
opportunity, right?
because they green up before the natives and
Yeah.
they take advantage.
Or
Yeah.
can you put, images or fake things that belong there so that they show.
Well, I was just thinking to make use of that location.
Right.
I think the timing of it makes it less.
There's always something to talk about though.
There
Should they
is,
come
that's
up with
true.
something that's like a
Exactly.
10-minute walk,
Right,
just to
right.
get people out and about.
Yeah, she could be going out every,
Mhm.
There you
we've
go.
already got a job, big
Still got birds and trees.
big project for her. Yeah, that could
Got
be.
stuff going on, birds. And
Oh, sure. Right.
birds are should be active.
Mhm.
And animals are starting to move around.
So we really kind of are in a standstill until, I guess, we're just wanted to go through the process of what we're gonna do. So everybody's gonna send out some emails and be the contact person for a certain number of exhibitors. And then, you send out the email sometime early January, and then in a couple of weeks, if you haven't heard from them, you send it out again and say, just, you might not have seen this, or still, and just keep tabs on that person. And then before the event, we send things out a few weeks ahead of time just to remind them. And I mean, that's the deal. It's pretty limited for us. We just need to make it sound appetizing and,
Mhm. Mhm.
and,
Did we, last
on
year
them.
get feedback on what people wanted to see change, or did we ever do where people could give suggestions? Was that ever done? I think.
yeah, I don't think we didn't ask anything in writing. Definitely people loved having handouts, like
Oh, yeah.
seed pack, those are.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a huge
Always
hit.
popular.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
and the plants from Common Garden,
Right,
Yeah.
Common Good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
Um,
so, maybe that'd be a good idea to then ask people exit to get suggestions, have them
Mhm.
to make things better and put in a box or something.
And create a questionnaire. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Give it to all the.
So, because sometimes they come up with some pretty good stuff. Yeah, well, I've been to another fair and they had this and,
Mhm.
So when
well,
they,
oh, go ahead.
when you did the giveaways, was there anything that or was that like a raffle ticket?
No, well, we had raffle too, where we collected email addresses from
Just,
people.
but no, feedback, just the email addresses?
Email
Okay,
addresses.
yeah.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
no-
well, that's where you get your feedback
Yeah.
to join the rest.
But the other thing was that some of the exhibitors brought their own little gifts, like the
Mm.
Common Good Garden brought the
Yeah.
plants and seed packets and that kind of thing. So, the exhibitors brought things
Yeah.
to hand out.
Didn't Peter suggest that we do some kind of gift?
Yeah, you were
To
saying the
attendees.
composters?
Yeah, the composters or.
Oh, yes,
something.
yes, he did say that. Get a
Yeah.
bunch of compost bins,
But-
but, that's kind
I
of,
mean, that would
that's
be
an expensive one.
hundreds.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like
That-
10
that's-
bucks each.
It'd have to be more, yeah, it would have to be a raffle for that because they're too expensive.
Right, I feel like the presenters are many of them are bringing things.
Yeah, for
And,
handouts.
Yeah,
but we could have a drawing for something more significant, like we could buy a rain barrel or something, and then have a draw and publicize the drawing for the rain barrel.
Oh,
Just
yeah, that's a
something
really
that we
cool
actually
idea.
Let people know what they're.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe, first, second, third, 3 gifts or something, so
Right.
people don't feel
Right.
it's all or nothing. They have a shot.
Yeah. I think
Yeah,
Peter's
just
point
depends
was-
on what our budget is.
Peter was saying we have a budget and never spend it. I don't know anything about the budget, but evidently there's money allocated to this commission or no?
Yeah, I think we do spend it. So, and, we spent it on the pollinator garden for sure.
Uh-huh.
And then we donate to various things, like we helped finance, was it the Lights Talk? There was some talk that we helped finance.
Mhm.
We gave 175 to that, so. But maybe we have a lot more than I
don't know.
realized.
He might
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
See the treasurer?
But yeah, like I know last year we were going really easy on signs because of the
We were,
budget.
right.
So, and this year we really have to make sure we do more
Better
signage.
signs, right?
Yeah,
Right.
so I think like that would be a good use of the budget.
Signs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. signs all over town.
Yeah.
So
Um,
what's the draw? How far are you trying to draw? Middlesex County, or is that the draw? I mean, what's the
We
range?
kind of went statewide last year.
Statewide?
Yeah.
Okay, so
You
that
mean in
means,
terms of the exhibitors?
Yeah,
no,
attendees.
bringing
Oh,
people in.
attendees. I think we're really
Because-
focused on Old Saybrook.
No, I
Are we-
sent out press releases to everybody.
I was gonna say, we had people from all over.
Yeah.
We had from Lyme, Essex. I remember talking a number.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that. That's great.
Yeah. So that was, so you are doing all the venues like Harbor News and all that. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, back to, like,
Do we have any photographs from us?
I have a ton.
That's great, because then we could get Harbor News maybe to publish a photograph with the.
Oh,
They have
yeah.
a photograph. They did a story on us the
Yeah.
following week.
Right,
So
but
they've got,
beforehand,
Yeah.
it would be nice, because to catch people's eye,
Mhm.
because not everybody looks at the calendar of events, and maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, no, that's a good idea.
And maybe not the newspaper, but someplace using a photograph, using the image of the event.
Mhm,
Mm.
mhm.
So,
So back to Joe's idea about having a questionnaire afterwards about what people would like to see. I'm thinking about how can we get that information now, and so it's not just for next year. And I'm wondering if we, like any of the groups that we go to as a representative, if we want to mention it and say anything particular you would like to see, or just if
Me
we
too.
want
Groups.
to groups,
Right,
yeah, like
right.
when you're at Park
Yeah.
and Rec and
Yeah,
different
yeah,
groups.
that's a good idea.
Just to
yeah. And
Just
Manchester's
and it-
happy to
and to get-
participate.
Yeah, and then just to get kind of more of other people's input in
Yeah.
that way.
It can't hurt.
Mhm.
Get more ideas. Yeah.
Be nice to get them to send out invitations to their whole database as well.
Yeah.
That's what, Land Trust did that last year. I think they
Oh,
happy to do that, and they have a bigger database. And now we've got some more email addresses, right?
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah, we have a newsletter. We'll put it in our newsletter. Comes out in January.
Yeah,
We have January and then March, so we could do both. Comes
Okay.
out in
okay.
the first part of the month.
So on the vendor list, I remember last year Peter was doing a lot of the energy people, and a lot of them didn't show up. So I don't know, I don't have the names of who those were, but we just might need to be aware that we might need to
That
generate
sector
that
might,
need a little, now maybe Peter has, I think we all had ideas last time and he
Yeah.
did that sector, but
right.
I don't know.
Yeah, I
I
think the
just-
problem with that sector was that it was Earth Day, so they were all committed to
Right.
something
Oh,
else. And
yeah.
I had called a bunch of people and they were like, sorry, we're committed here or
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So.
Well, there were some people though that said they were coming and didn't.
And never.
Really?
showed up.
Yeah,
Okay.
on Peter's list.
No
So,
shows.
No.
Wow. Shushan.
and I mean, one was, I think, it was Norm Needleman, and that was understandable because he was probably at 500 other
Right.
Earth Day things and he
Yeah.
didn't make it. But then the other people that were actually in business, like alternative energy businesses, they didn't show.
Yeah, I think Chester had an event that same day and maybe Essex had one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those, I think will,
So, yeah,
was easier.
Yeah.
easier. Okay. Yeah.
They-
And I think we're gonna be way ahead of everybody else, so
Yeah.
we will get better.
Yeah, we should be able to get, like, last time, I think we were late for the ordering for the natives from the extension. The
Oh,
native
right.
plants, but I think that we were either after the due date or we were very close to it.
Mhm.
So at this point, I think we could have them come down and, it's better timing for.
Right.
Yukon extension came.
Yeah, they
Yes.
did. That's right.
Yeah,
This
they
was,
did.
I'm pretty sure there's a reason why we did the Connecticut River Valley extension
Oh,
that sells the
that-
plants.
Right. I see. Yeah.
Um,
They
and-
didn't come. So that-
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that we were just too late for that.
Mhm,
But if it's a
mhm.
nice day, they could sell that stuff outside.
Right, exactly.
Mm,
Great.
mm, mhm.
What was the date of the last one?
Earth Day.
Like
20th,
April
20,
22nd,
I think you started
something.
those plans on the 10th.
Right, so I think they were, right, I'm pretty sure it was
Yeah,
after
yeah.
that.
So maybe before the next meeting, we can start reaching out to some of the vendors.
Well, we need to
Phone
know,
calls, maybe?
oh, before the next meeting, after
After New Year's.
New
Yeah.
Year's. And we'll by then have the
The venue.
details nailed down. That's all. Yeah.
So do we want to use a spreadsheet as a means of communication in terms of, we already used it for last year for phone calls and things like that? Just, ideas. Add new ideas in.
Yeah, I think I'll add a tab. The tabs are at the bottom.
Yeah.
I'll just add them between 26, 25 for, information.
I'm gonna be
Sure.
away for the month of January, going to Australia, so I won't be able to
Wow.
do meetings and
Right.
phone calls and stuff,
Mhm.
but you can certainly email me and let me know if there's anything that I can do remotely for that month.
Sure.
Kids can't have cell phones in Australia effective today.
Oh, really?
What?
What age?
At school, you mean?
Yeah, they just passed a law that
Very
restricted.
strict about everything.
Australia.
Yeah,
No.
it's very controversial, but
Just in school or?
right now, school, they're
Yeah.
no, it's age group. You can't
Okay.
possess a cell phone below a certain
Oh.
Oh,
and
wow,
not
at
in
all.
school, just not at all.
anywhere.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
it's interesting. Australia is very up on.
I just saw it
active
just started.
Engagement physically in the world.
Yeah.
They're just like,
Mhm.
the young people are they have much more emphasis on that, a little less classroom time, a little less homework, a lot more sports, a lot more, hiking.
Sports,
Yeah, there's just like a slightly different angle. So I'm not that surprised.
Very
that they're-
culturally
yeah,
different, yeah.
Yeah.
No.
You're ready to be done.
Hey, I was doing consulting, so I was making regular trips to Australia.
Mm.
Wow, this is many years ago, this is back in Greece, but, it's so culturally different when you go down there. I mean, there's a whole different, they have, it's a much more relaxed, everywhere, business, everything is much more relaxed. In fact, they have an expression they call slackers, that people like, you can
Yeah,
make an
that's-
appointment and then they just cancel. You could show up and the person just
It's
lost.
like Tennessee.
That's it, really?
What city did you go to?
I went to several. We went to Sydney, Brisbane, then down in the capital down there at, what's the capital down, down in the southeast.
Queensland?
But mostly on the east coast.
Oh, no, Melbourne.
Melbourne, yeah, in the
Yeah.
west, yeah.
Say it's beautiful.
It's place is beautiful. It's so different. I mean, it's just really nice. There, we went up to the Darwin. Darwin's up in the very east, but they actually have, people don't realize that Australia, is very dry, but they actually have a tropical forest that's protected up in the very northeast corner. They have a moist forest up there. That's very interesting that we went to. And,
Going someplace really remote too, where you could see all the stars, because there would be no cities around it, so
it's beautiful.
that's what I'm really excited about.
And of course, the kangaroos and stuff, with all the different wildlife. Where we hit deer, they hit kangaroos.
Mhm.
It's very.
So, sorry, but back on the fair, just for a sec.
Yeah.
Is there anything that we want to ask of the ecology club at this point in terms of getting ideas or anything? I'm just, knowing that January, our next meeting is, we're going to be getting closer to March, and
Yeah.
I don't really have anything offhand to say except for the idea of that I said before, trying to see what people would like to see at a fair. So I don't know if you guys are going to have any meetings, and if you could ask.
I can ask.
Ask.
Just ask. We're gonna have a environment fair. Like, what would you like to see there?
Yeah.
Certain.
Yeah,
Okay, and ask
Yeah.
them to ask their parents and even talk to some of the teachers if you feel like it. What would they be interested in seeing at that type of affair? The more people you contact, the more information you're gonna get.
16 years.
Next.
Yeah, anybody under 16 can no longer have an account. They'll all be deactivated, all their social media accounts.
Social media.
Wow, so they can have.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's one
but
thing
they-
they can control, yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but they cannot be on any social media. All companies are gonna be responsible for the deactivation, otherwise they'll be heavily fined.
It's
Yeah.
for their mental health.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's what they did a study and they concluded that.
Facebook.
That's,
You agree with that?
oh yeah, yeah, I deleted like
Sure, of 60.
Instagram.
What's that?
I deleted Instagram and stuff because it's making me.
Sorry. No, go ahead.
Just Instagram.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, it's okay. I was just saying I
So you
deleted.
dropped out of
Yeah.
social media.
Yeah, it's really bad. I watched a documentary about how addictive it is, and the part of your brain that lights up is the same part that lights up when you have
Addiction.
heroin. and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
It is
Right.
addictive, yeah.
Yeah.
It's so calculated, it's crazy. You know exactly everything about you and have like.
Is that the social dilemma?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was so creepy.
Yeah.
It was on Netflix for a while. I don't know if it still is. It's called The Social Dilemma. It's a really well done movie length, right? It's pretty
Yeah.
much,
They like go back and forth between a fake family, right?
yeah,
Like, people, it's
Yeah.
really good.
it's very good. So The Social Dilemma.
You could watch it in all class.
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
delete the script.
Okay.
Wow.
Do we have anything else on the
I think we're good.
I think we're good.
Somebody like to make a, yes, we will.
Make a motion to adjourn?
I second it.
Anybody opposed?
Nope.
Abstain? Excellent.
Hey,
Dots.
thank you.
So we.